As a client and a service user, my name is Dr. Stephen John Alexander McBain, THD, PhD. I have 7 PhDs: law, psychology, forensic psychology, philosophy, theology, neuroscience, and spiritual warfare. I am an independent, private, consultant, psychologist, and demonologist. I do not cast out demons. I do not raise the dead. I do not lay hands upon the sick. That is not my calling. I hate with a passion evangelical, Pentecostal, charismatic, razzmatazz Christians. I have seen so many people damaged because they couldn't fall down suddenly and roll about and foam in the mouth and speak in tongues. Well, that's against Scripture. Paul in Corinthians says, not all have the same gift. God gives gifts as he sees fit. Do all prophesy? No. Do all speak in tongues? No. Do all interpret tongues? No. God gives you whatever spiritual gift he wants to give you. It may be that it's not going to be a spiritual gift. It may be you're a crackerjack accountant and can solve great puzzles of embezzlement and corruption. It may be something else. I don't know. I don't know what your talent is. But I suggest strongly you get in your car, get on your bike, get on your moped, get on your skateboard, put on your roller skates, get back to that field you buried it in, dig it up, put it in the bank and get usury. Get out of debt. Because when you are called up for accounting, you had better have more in your pockets than just a few copper coins. When God says to you, where is my talent? You say, here it is, and a little bit extra. And God says, well done, O good and faithful servant. But should you turn to God and say, didn't fucking care. You're an evil bastard. You reap what you have not sown. You gather what you have not scattered. You are an evil God. And God says, so you know I reap what I have not sown, and I gather what I have not scattered. You know that for some I give justice, and for others I give penalties. I bless those who I bless, and I curse those who I curse. I am no respecter of persons. You did not treat my talent with respect. Depart from me, O evil and wicked servant. What would you rather hear from the mouth of God? Step forward, O good and faithful servant, or depart from me, O evil and wicked servant. Now, for my services, I charge £550 sterling per hour, paid by cash, PayPal or bank transfer. If you can't afford that, pay what you can. The sound of jingling money is pleasing to the ears, but I'd rather have folding money. I too have bills to pay. I have children, an ex-wife, parents, nephews, nieces, and cousins, and uncles and aunts. I come from a huge family. but I am poor because I'm a river to my people. Now, psychiatry and psychology. I have no beef with psychiatrists or psychologists. They're human beings. They're doing the best they can with the tools they have at hand. But if it is the physical, biological, chemical, molecular brain, scan it, highlight it, cut it out. Far better go through life with half a brain than continue on the course of being a revolving door client stroke service user. I know. I've done 17 years so far of being a revolving door client. I'm sick and tired of being told, you have a problem. I do not have a problem. It's my fault, not my problem. In the beginning, back in 1999, I didn't ask for information. I just took the drug. That was my mistake. Well, whatever mistakes I've done in the past, I paid for, and some. Now, you may be thinking to yourselves, who is this Dr. McBain? Where has he come from? We don't know him. I have been here for 28 years, researching, examining, experimenting, concluding and resulting my findings, trying to get a fair deal for the client, trying to get the client information, vital, valuable information, so the client stroke service user can be empowered to make an informed choice regarding treatment. That's the law. If you want to know where to find that particular law, Leviticus 19, the neighbour test, 1932, Donahue versus Stevenson, Lord Aitken summed up his judgment by quoting Leviticus 19. 1. Thou shalt not lie, declares the Lord thy God. 2. Thou must love thy neighbour more than thou love thyself. When Jesus was talking to the Pharisees and the teachers about being a good neighbour, he quoted the parable of the good neighbour, the Samaritan, who dressed the wounded man's wounds with vinegar and oil, took him to an inn, paid for his stay, and said to the innkeeper, if it costs more, tell me and I'll see you right. Jesus then said to them, who was the good neighbour? And they had to admit, it wasn't the priest, it wasn't the Pharisee, it was the Samaritan, the outsider, the person who was deemed to be lower than the cast animals, lower than the swine. Well, I've been there. I have eaten the slop the swine are fed. Now, I have no beef with MDs. It's like my favourite joke. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? 101. One to unscrew the bulb, the other 100 to ask, do you really want to change? Owen's always the best, eh? Anyway, for your time, your consideration, your patience and your forbearance, I thank you. Yours, Dr. McBain.